Hey guys, today I do have my list of top 5 foundations for my dry skin. And remember that everyone has dry skin for a different reason. Sometimes it is just lack of hydration, sometimes it's age, sometimes it's medication, and things like that. So these are my top 5, and I hope you enjoy. I did name them number 1 to 5, my top 1 and then my 5. And I do have from high end to drugstore, and I do have from pretty much spectrums of price ranges and things like that. Please excuse my voice. I am still sick. I don't think I'm ever going to get over the sinus infection. But so my number 5 spot, I could not decide. These two tied it for me. So I'm going to give you a choice of both, because one of the foundations that I do have as my top 5, I no longer have the bottle from one of the top 5s. So I did give you 2 choices for my top 5. And these are the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte 24-Hour Foundation. And this is my number 5 spot. It's $12.99. It ranges from about $12.99. It does contain dimethicone in it. It's available in 10 shades right now. It is very lightweight, very creamy, and it does have a demi-matte finish. It doesn't break me out. It doesn't, doesn't highlight my dry patches. And the thing that I like about it is that if you're taking pictures and things like that, or even, filming or anything like that, this doesn't have that really bad shine that a lot of the ones that I do love do. So this has to be my number 5. And to tie it is the Almay Smart Shade Smart Balance Makeup. And it does have SPF 15. It's available in 3 shades, light to medium coverage. It's a very clear, smooth application. It's creamy, but not greasy. It does come off white, and Smart Shade technology does just make it match your skin tone and your skin color. And I just think that is quite amazing. The only reason why it's number 5, because I think this is a fantastic foundation for the schoolgirls, for those that are just starting out in makeup and they don't want a super heavy foundation. This is beautiful because it goes on, white, and it just matches your skin tone and your skin color, and that's why I think it's perfect for school-aged girls. It looks beautiful and natural on the skin, and that's what I like. I don't like it when you can see foundation just caked up all over your face. It's $8.39 around average. It only comes in 3 shades. But it's number 5 because when I buy foundations, I start doing research. And the Almay website is very hard to navigate. And every time you try to go to the ingredients website, it forces close. So they're not as forthcoming. I did have to dig a little bit for their ingredients. And there's nothing in there that's so bad that they, would hide it or anything. But that's why it's my number 5. But I wear this to work 8 to 10 hours in humidity and heat under harsh fluorescent lights. It looked fabulous, 5 and 6 hours in. So it is a beautiful foundation. That's why it's my number 5. I had to tie it because these two, I think, are just, for different reasons, number amazing. 4 is the one I don't have the bottle. That's why I gave you 2 options for my number 5. But it is the Smashbox Studio Skin 15-Hour Hydrating Foundation. It is $42. It's available in 9 shades. It is sweat and humidity resistant, and I love that. It's transfer proof. It's oil free. I did have it. My sister took it, but I definitely will repurchase it. I just have it because I have so many foundations going right now. But it is medium to full coverage, and it's very buildable. But what I love about it is it hydrates while blurring imperfections, and it has these light diffusing spears. So even though it's hydrating and it lasts 15 hours, it doesn't take away from the look of the foundation. It is the only transfer proof foundation that I've found that doesn't eventually start highlighting or accentuating my little dry patches and things like that. It's great for photos and pictures and things like that. It does have dimethicone in it, which does tend to dry us dry girls out, but they use it, to bind it to your skin. But it also has glycerin, so it's a very smooth application, and it is the only transfer proof foundation that I have found that does not dry me out. Revlon Color Stay looks beautiful. It stays on beautiful. It does tend to break down just a little bit on my chin, but love the Studio Smashbox. My number 3 spot is the Charlotte Tilbury It is the Youth Boosting Perfect Skin Foundation. And yes, on my bust or must, it was a bust for the price. It is $45. It comes in 10 shades. It's an air light formula. It just feels like serum. It glides on for a seamless application. I mean, you can't tell where it starts and your face, your neck, your body stops. You know what I'm saying? But you're paying for it. That's why on my bust or must, it was a bust for the price, because I felt like I could get the same app, the same coverage, not the ingredients, but with those two. But it does contain pseudoceramide, and that's what you're paying for. A lot of dermatologists and estheticians, they're on one side of the fence or other on pseudoceramides. I myself am still on the fence as well. If you don't know what pseudoceramide, pseudo means false, so they've engineered ceramide, and put it in this foundation, and that's what you're paying for. Maybe I should back up. Ceramides they're like an epidermal barrier function. They are a special type of oily wax that your natural skin produces. Like when a baby's born, he comes out with that yellow cheesy wax stuff all over him. That's what that is. It's protecting his skin from the amniotic fluid, or he would come out like in a little shriveled mess. And when you get in the bathtub, your fingers wrinkle up. It's because all of the oils are being washed off your body. So ceramides are natural waxy oils that are found in natural skin, and they are considered like waterproofing barriers. That's why this feels so good on your face. You know what I'm saying? Because it's protecting water loss, and that's what you're paying $45 for. When ceramide production dwindles down and it stops, producing, that's when we age, wrinkles, dry skin, fine lines and things like that. I think it's a beautiful foundation. It feels great. It lasts a long time, between 6 to 8 hours. It's very buildable and blendable, and what I like about it is you can't see it on your skin. I hate when I do my makeup and it looks fine and I go out into the world to a football game or a barbecue or to town, and you can just see it just sitting on top of your skin. I don't like that. But that's why this is my number 3, because it's a beautiful foundation, but it's pricey. But you're paying for the ingredients. My number 2, and I'm going to put these together. The first one is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Foundation, and this runs about $12.95 depending on where you live. It is available in 12 shades. It's light to medium coverage. It doesn't give you a dewy, wet finish. It gives you a luminous finish. It's non-greasy, it's non-oily, but it does have 40% pure water for hydration, and I think that's why I love it. It does have antioxidants and vitamin C and vitamin E to improve clarity and things like that. I don't wear it on its own, maybe once a year. I always mix a pump of this with something else, because wear time is about 4 to 5 hours depending on your skin, but it is beautiful for dry skin because it does hydrate while it looks beautiful. It doesn't cake up and things like that. It's not something that is going to be too heavy on your skin. But I always mix it with number 3. Tide is the L'Oreal True Match, just the original. A lot of people with dry skin don't like this foundation. They say that it's not good for dry skin. But like I say, everyone has dry skin for a different reason, whether it be hydration, cell production, medication, anything like that. So I absolutely love these two together. A pump and a little drop of each is just all last winter. This was my ride or die or in it to win it or whatever you want to call it combination, and I loved it. It runs about $10.95. It's very super blendable. It comes in 12 shades, light to medium finish. It is oil free. It is non-cakey, and I know what you're thinking. A lot of these foundations are oil free. Yes, they're oil free and they still work beautifully for dry skin. This has technology that matches your skin texture and tone. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't just, you can't see it sitting on the face. There's no oils, there's no fragrance. There is vitamin A and C as well to improve your texture and clarity and things like that. It does contain dimethicone to bind it to your skin, but I think that's what gives it just that flawless finish that just makes it look like it just fades into your skin. And I like these two as well because you can't see them just sitting on top of your face. If you can see it sitting on top of your face, your color is not right because it's just beautiful. Beautiful, but it's not liked by a lot of people. This one is not, but they're both. This is number 2. Together, love it. Perfect combo. Yeah. And I saved the best for last. My number 1 foundation for dry skin. I fell in love with this over the summer. I picked this up in a haul, and it has been just absolutely the thing that I've wore for I don't even know how long. I just know, but I gotta buy a new one. And I always take a pump of this and a drop of this still. This glides on, it glides on like the Charlotte Tilbury. It feels like the Charlotte Tilbury. It feels very serum-like, very jelly-like. It just feels beautiful. It is medium coverage. It runs about $6.94, so it's on the lower price range for such a beautiful foundation. It is only 1 ounce, you know what I'm saying? But this has lasted me a month or a month and a half, six weeks at least. This is not usually dubbed for dry skin as well, as opposed to oily or combination skin, because it is oil-free. I know. That's what I say. A lot of these foundations are oil-free, and I love them for my dry skin. It does come in 12 shades, so it's a very nice range of shades. You can always mix a couple if you're, on not certainly one or the other. It doesn't cause me to break out, but it has like these built-in powders that just kind of like smooth your skin, and they actually fight shine and pull away oil and sweat from our face, and that's what I just think is amazing. I think that's why it looks good all day. I actually did a review on this one and this one. If you want, you can go to my playlist and look under reviews. I show you when I put this on in the morning, and then 9 hours later, of course, my bronzer and everything had wore off, but the color, my color, even though the foundation was diminishing, the color still looked very even. And I mean, I wouldn't have been embarrassed to have to go to town 9 hours after wearing this. And that's something that it does glide on smooth. And the thing that I love about it the most as well, you can't see it on your face. You can't see it just sitting on top of your face. I love that. And I'll tell you what, when I test out a new foundation, after about 4 to 5 hours, I always take a picture. I take a selfie. I hate that, but yes. I take a selfie of my face, and then I magnify it and zoom in to see if I can see patches or flakiness or dry patches or anything on my face. And if I can't, I know that's a good foundation coverage-wise. It may not be the best for dry skin or whatever, but I went to a football game, took a picture. 9 hours later, right before the sun went down, I put it on at like early that morning, and it's just a beautiful foundation. It's my number 1 top for dry skin. I just love it. It's magnificent. It just makes your skin just feel so smooth and soft. I swear it feels just like this, but there's no pseudoceramides in there. But love it. So those are my top 5 foundations for my dry skin. And please remember that all of our opinions, they're our own opinions. What works for me may not work for you. What works for you may not work for me. But please respect my opinions, as I will always respect you guys. Even if you hate something and you tell me below, oh, I didn't like that at all, well, I'm sorry, I didn't create it or make it or whatever. But I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.